This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers live stream discussion here on the channel this evening. Of course, getting home a little bit late, so that means we just get to it right now. As the Oilers currently, after 20 minutes of hockey, tied 0-0 with the Tampa Bay Lightning. A very efficient evening so far for our Edmonton Oilers. That is good news. As you know what, yeah, sure, you can start it off in the beginning of that game, not so much how you'd like to start, right? But Tyler Johnson missed a couple big chances, and like all around, Tampa Bay gives us a chance. We're in this. Let's keep it going, and let's just get going into that second period with a little bit of momentum on our side, hopefully, knowing that the Tampa Bay Lightning, that have been absolutely unreal the past since December 14th, I think, is when that big difference maker streak there by Vasilevsky started. That's what we want to see, right? Because these Edmonton Oilers hung tough with the Tampa Bay Lightning in that first period. That said, let's welcome everybody in. Gobi, welcome in. Reed, Vincent, we've got Robert in as well. I did not have supper. I will have supper after the game. It's still warming up on the stove. Armapal, Oilers fan in Vancouver, so you don't get the game. Well, that's alright. And here we go. Mr. Puffles, welcome in as well. And this is the theory. It is, do we beat good teams? We often do, but we need to do it again tonight to get things going. Yeah, Push it, welcome in. David, welcome in. And Phil Esposito on my TV screen right now. He is looking true blue. Old-time hockey player on my TV right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Smith, I think that's the other side I need to get to in that first period. Mike Smith, absolutely fantastic to start this hockey game. He's been fantastic for a long, long while now, so you got to keep giving credit where credit is due and get this going. And Robert, that Saturday 2 p.m. game, I don't know if I'm going to be able to live stream. It depends on what's going on, because I will have to get things going to get going to the Saddle Dome for the 8 p.m. game against the Chicago Blackhawks and Calgary Flames. That said, Andrew, welcome in. Yamamoto, big game. Hopefully, we're hoping, but I don't know if we're going to get it. She's been a pretty tight battle so far. Yamamoto also getting pushed around out there pretty strongly by Sarnak. And, of course, Rexlow, how's it going? I'm alright. And Leafs are losing. Alright, Leafs are losing 2-0 to Dallas. I did not see that. Let's see that. 2-0. Alright, that is good news for me as an Oilers fan. Keep those Leafs in their place, that's for sure. And let's get to this. Tim, welcome in as well. Tim, I missed your comment because I just skipped right over it. But Tim in here again, so any questions, concerns, Tom, Tim will take care of it. Can you tell me that I was not prepared to live stream tonight? I think, yeah, I can tell you that for sure, as ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves a good one going on tonight, that's for sure. This game, watch that first period. She was risky business there for a little bit, but I think one thing that was evident for the Edmonton Oilers in that, it wasn't evident, or was evident in that first period, is the fact that the defense was really committed to not costing us the game, right? You think, yeah, the Tampa had some good chances at the side of the net and stuff on rebounds, but in the neutral zone, Clefbaum had a great couple of spins to get back into position. Nurse, he pinched a couple times, but got back efficiently. That's the key. That's all that matters. Brennan, what's going on? And Rexel, what's going on? And you'd like to see Haas on the line with Sheehan and Archibald because of his speed. I think that would be interesting. I think at one point they actually were all on the line. I think for one game this season, if that reminds me correct. And Robert's got you correct, guys. If you have not hit that like button yet, do so before the second period. Because right now, I imagine we're already sitting at 19 people in the stream. Game's not even on. I just started streaming. That's a good sign. That like button gets us even more people in here to discuss the hockey game with. Dave, you're going 5-2 for Tampa. Well, in that first period, if I'm going to see anything, it's going to be a very close-knit game. It could be one of those games where we played against Winnipeg, where both teams have a couple of chances early, couple of chances in the second, couple of chances in the third. She goes all the way out to the shootout without anything going. And you know me, I don't take any bets on the Oilers, because whenever I bet on the Oilers, they do exactly the opposite of what I need them to do. And let's get this going. Real welcome in as well, as we should be getting back to Oilers hockey here. Steve, you're going all right. You guys getting your score predictions in there. That's good. That's good. As I've got the official shots here, 14-10 and 17-14. The hits for the Lightning, 11-9. The face-offs for the Lightning. So Lightning, in those three categories, took care of us. That's for sure. And hey, well, there you go. You know what? That's Andrew. To your point, that's what Sportsnet does. That's what Sportsnet does. They tend to end up setting up an extra 10 to 15 stat checks within the intermission. I noticed that, as you guys see in the game review, right? As every time I see in the game review, I always have one stat that's incorrect and everybody points it out. But the issue with that is Sportsnet updates their stats so slowly. I should be using the NHL.com website, but Sportsnet is just kind of my home for everything. That said, Oilers should be able to perform a little stronger next two periods because they know what to expect from Tampa Bay. Curtin, that's kind of the key here. And of course, they got solid goaltending out of Mike Smith, so you'd expect it to be going as well. So Larry, welcome in, and let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. Things underway. I'm as live as I can be, and the Oilers off and running into the offensive zone nice and early. You gotta hope we can keep this going here as quickly as possible, as you're going to say there was a Kazian shot. I'm not even going to be able to see it yet. At some point, the Oilers get back into the zone. There we go. Zach Kazian setting up this shot. And there it is. Perfect. That's what you want to see, right? Get that face off in the offensive zone early. That's a good 25-second shift out of that second, third line, whatever you want to call them. Really hard to decipher who is who in the bottom nine on this Oilers roster right now when you come to line combinations. But that said, Vancouver, with 58 games played, have 69 points. And, of course, the Edmonton Oilers sitting 3 points back with only 56 games played. This is good. And, well, you know what, Steve? You need to have some luck sometimes. So we'll take it and we'll move on and we'll be good to go. And unofficial, they don't know until breaks. Watch the official count. I should be doing that. I don't know. I like Sportsnet because they have the nice live tracker. I've always been a fan of the big live tracker, so maybe I need to go switch to the NHL. We'll do that in the next commercial break, but maybe we'll switch over to the NHL.com website and maybe Tim's on to something here. And why is Tampa Bay camera terrible at picking up light? Let me tell you, you wonder why I'm more dimly lit tonight? Simply because it is a little bit darker on my TV screen because of the camera they're using, and I don't get it. I think a lot of the other cameras are nice and bright. It's just the main camera angle. And yeah, you know what? Tampa Bay is missing some people, but we're also missing Connor McDavid. So at the end of the day, right, is we get some luck by Tampa Bay being injured and Connor McDavid out of the lineup. That helps us, and hopefully everything comes together here. As you guys are going to say, it's a big save for Mike Smith. I'm going to be watching it in just a second here, as this one's going to be ripped across. Ooh. What a save right there. That's Mike Smith doing exactly what he does. Keeping that puck out of the net. That was a big one. And now is he getting up soon? That one was sketchy, but look at this. Just a deflection across. And that's, you know what, those are the ones in December that were going in on Mike Smith. That's the hard part. Those were the ones going in on Mike Smith all throughout December, costing us games. And it just is what it is. We get ourselves a chance, and you know, now we get ourselves a face-off to the right of Mike Smith. It's Colby Cave's line out here, so if you're telling me there's a power play coming up, what I want to see is who draws it. And let's get this going. I'm going to say it's a dumb penalty, okay. See where it is as the Oilers grind along the end boards here. Colby Cave going to move out of zone, and ooh. Wow. I don't know how to explain that one. That's absolutely ridiculous to take a penalty like that. Guys going up the ice, you've got 3 men back, and at worst it's a 4-on-3 zone entry. And look at this. From behind the net, he's chasing him, and oh my. That's rough. That's absolutely rough. That said, Matt, you're saying Mike Smith's in beast mode? Mike Smith has been in beast mode since the turn of 2020. That's undeniable what Mike Smith's been doing since the start of 2020. And you know what, guys? As Tim and I went back and forth today, is simply said is, you know what? It's not a must-win against Tampa. In fact, it's a probably will lose against Tampa. But at the end of the day, you always want to hope the Oilers win. So if we come out with a win, it just feels that much better. And especially beating them down, Stamkos and Kucherov, it's a good time to do it, right? So you got to do it. Let's get this going. What are we doing? Clef bomb up the ice, and now zone entry, clef bomb, and finally, there we go. We're getting that dump and chase mentality on the power play. Nice to see. There's Draisaitl working around. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Here we go. Mike Smith going there. Clef bomb behind the net. Power play hasn't set anything up. I don't know why Clef bomb was doing what he was doing. We're going to get this puck into the offensive zone, and there we go. Those are the chats I want to start seeing. Back up to the top. Get this going across, and Nugent Hopkins slings off the shot. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, Mr. Dry. Perfect back to the point. Huge shot, and ooh, nice little tip in front, but Chason can't get it. And that's, guys, my frustration with the Oilers. My frustration this season has simply been the fact that we can't seem to tip a puck timely like other teams, right? Other teams can tip, 3-0 lead. Tip, 4-1 lead against us. We have not had the luck of that this year, so hopefully at some point this year we can get that going. I know Haas had a couple of beauty tip goals, but they come at a random time, and I mean, sure, they might be clutch once in a while, but you'd still like to see some big goals, and there's a nice shot there, but can't get it going. And 9 seconds to go on this power play, and you've got Kazian out there with Draisaitl and Nuge. Brad, I wouldn't say this Leon Draisaitl's team now. If we're going to start talking about Draisaitl being the star and McDavid the shotgun, yikes. Yikes. That's feeding into Toronto's narrative, that's for sure. But for right now, this stretch, absolutely, it's on Dry's back to get this going. Here we go. Vasilevsky behind the net. Pretty much a do-nothing power play. Only one shot if the official shots were 10 after the first period. 16:21 to go in this second period. Oh, my goodness, do I sound tired. Let's get this going. And there we go. Where are we getting the save? Where are we getting the save here? Puck bouncing all around the zone. Caleb Jones can't get this one out. Sam Gagner stood up at the line. This one bounced between 4 men twice. And now Jones turns it over behind the net, falls down. We gotta get this going now. Good. Solid positional save out of Mike Smith. And now you get this one here. They're going to fire this one across. Big save again by Smith on Volkov. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Smith continues to just be solid. He makes some weird saves, and then he makes those good positional saves. And look at this zone entry right here, up through the neutral, and that one. Good zone entry. And then this one is the one that, oh, I thought that was a tip by Chase on wide, deflected that way. He was just trying to play it back there. Look at that. That's not even a save by Smith. That's just Zach Kazian trying to poke it to an open area. That's tough. And Tim, you think that Arizona won't make the playoffs? Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, like I said, that's the warning that Mr. Taylor Hall is. Let's get this going. Maroon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if it's Patrick Maroon who scores on my TV set, that's coming. That's coming, and that's no doubt about it. Here we go. Nothing there. Oh, yeah. That's Patrick Maroon. That ain't just the way she goes, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care how terrible of a goal it is. The fact that it's an ex-Oiler scoring it, that's all you need to know. You don't need to know if the goal was good, bad, or otherwise. An ex-Oiler scored it, and that's just the way the Oilers have the luck. Every ex-Oiler, every time, except for Milan Lucic and Toby Reeder in the regular season this year. Get this going. No, that can't be goalie interference. Colby Cave pushed him back in. Watch this. Yeah, Colby Cave pushed him into Mike Smith. Ooh. I think, it was off his back skate. So Mike Smith's back skate on the other post. That's where it went in. And nothing. Are we going to get it? Aren't we going to get it? How long can you delay the game without taking a penalty? That's when you get wrong, though. Get that one wrong, that costs you a penalty. So, I think if the Oilers decide not to go with it here, gotta do it and we'll be fine. Bingo, there we go. Up the ice and Josh Archibald working it in. There we go. Third line getting to work, or fourth line, or second line, or whatever the heck they are. Here we go. Mr. Josh Archibald getting to work on lines. Andre, any score predictions? Like I said, this one's going to be tight. That's at the end of the day. I ain't about to go out there and give a prediction because that's just doesn't seem like that kind of game. But it's been tight all the way along so far through the first 25 minutes. It's 1-0 now. I'm fine with 1-0, 2-0, 3-2, that kind of game. That kind of deal is perfectly fine by me. Because if you check back, ooh, here's a chance for Sheehan. He's going to fire that shot. Good shot by Sheehan. Good work. And net came off the boards. Okay, I was worried to whistle and I didn't see the man Sheehan coming back. It's good. And I'll tell you why they didn't challenge it. Simple as that. Colby Cave pushed him into the blue. That's no, that's Colby Cave pushed him into the blue. Where else does he have to go? At the end of the day, where does Patrick Maroon have to go once he's pushed into the blue other than out of the crease? Right? Like, he couldn't go the other way, and he couldn't go straight into the net, so that's a very smart play not to take a stupid penalty if you get that wrong, right? And that's the thing, is they do penalize teams for getting a review wrong nowadays, so you got to be careful with that. And that's why it's so important that Dave Tippett just lets that one be. You know what? It's a tight game. Keep it a tight game and keep letting it be what it is at this point. And again, guys, realistically, I know they're without Stamkos and Kucherov, but any Oilers fan that when McDavid was announced 2 to 3 weeks out, I would have said we're going to win this game against Tampa. I don't think they would have been too serious, right? That's what I'm saying. So let's keep ourselves realistic here for a minute. And just see where this one goes at the end of the day. That's all I'm concerned about, is where does this one go? Down a goal. The Oilers down a goal with Draisaitl in the lineup. What are we worried about? How many times were we down a goal to the whatchamacallit, to the Chicago Blackhawks and still won that game 5-3, right? So we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Here we go. Let's go. Ooh, that's a big one. Robert's referring to Benning. That's alright, we're good. Benning hurt. And he should just go off the ice. Honestly, I'm really starting to become a fan of Drew Mendes saying, when you break your stick, go off the ice. Matt Benning, I know he's a defenseman, but you just hustle over to the bench and get somebody out there. You're fine. You're fine. Here we go. Nothing there. Good to go. Out of the zone. Andrew, I don't know what you've been watching. I've watched the Oilers finish checks all first period. Jujhar Khaira, Zach Kassian, numerous times. Big one there into the corner. Matt Benning's still out there. Still out there. What are you doing, Benny? What are you doing? This one, there we go. Big hit in the neutral zone. All right, let's go. Nothing happening. That one's going to go up. Out of play. And are they going to trade Larson or Russell, Matt? I would hope. I would hope they'd be trading Russell, but the problem is with Russell, as long as he's on concussion protocol or on the IR, it's actually, I think, impossible to trade him. So they have to hope he's healthy enough by the deadline and that you can make a move, because right now this Oilers defense getting the job done with either Caleb Jones or William Lagesson in as that sixth man. Matt Benning, obviously, the guy that gets the job done, right? Statistically speaking, fancy stats speaking, I don't get it. We don't get it, but it is a thing. And Gobi, is Benson playing? Benson is not playing tonight. He just got going on to plane. He was at practice, but that's it. Andrew, you're saying it like it's costing us. It's really not. That's the thing. Is the Oilers, these are problems that have been there for, what, 60 games now this year, and we are where we are. It's part of the team build at the end of the day. That's it. That's it. He has no move clause, but I don't think that will be an issue, right? We've seen Milan Lucic get moved by Ken Holland, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll absolutely be fine. 6:30 Ched commercial. Ooh, actually speaking commercials here. I'll play you that and we'll get going into it. And should be back to action. Here we go. Josh Archibald back on my screen. And Jim, not enough shots. Well, don't forget who they've got on defense for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Remember that. And also remember what our lineup looks like. Let's be serious. Our lineup is pretty much at this point AHL caliber. You take away that first line, especially even the fact that Yamamoto's on that first line. So, but it's good. Just simmer down. We don't need to be concerned. You had the Oilers winning this one. Tough luck. What is it that I'm not getting here? I'm telling you, realistically, in a pick'em, nobody would pick the Oilers over Tampa as soon as Connor McDavid goes down with injury. That's all I'm saying. I'm being realistic. I'm absolutely being realistic here. So, 12:28, we're down a goal. My concern level is on the floor. Not even up 1%. 12:20 to go. And the Oilers working it through. You know what? 12 shots halfway through the game. That's on pace for about 26 shots, which realistically is about where the Oilers have averaged, in between that 26 to 28 range. So we're good. We are fine, ladies and gentlemen. We are fine. Just wish I would have grabbed some water. That would have been nice. And I wish I would have had a good sleep last night. That would have helped too. It's a hard grinding day at work, and I got a hard grinding day tomorrow. I think got 6 deliveries at work tomorrow. Yeah, and that's actually to the other point too, Robert's point. I said the Oilers were going to lose this game before Connor McDavid was injured. I said they were going to lose this game on February 1st. So that's at the end of the day. You don't see me with much energy because I didn't have high expectations. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Andrew. If we keep it tight, we've got a chance. But at the end of the day, on February 1st, it's in video form. It's out of my mouth. I was expecting a loss against the Tampa Bay Lightning. So, at the end of the day, that's why I'm not concerned. Don't get blown out if you lose, obviously. But keep it close. Anything can happen. That's where I'm at. It's just where I'm at. Good headspace to be at. And obviously, not working for a lot of you guys in the chat. But that's fine. And Magnus, if we win, it's only because Stamkos and Kucherov are injured. Who's to say? Who's to say? We can't come back and play this game against Tampa once Kucherov and Stamkos are healthy. And if so, who's to say we don't lose if McDavid's in the lineup, right? That's all I'm saying. That hit the post. That just hit the post. Let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. The Oilers getting the work in the zone. Mr. Zach Kassian coming off the boards. And that's, again, to Tim's point. It's a game I was totally fine with losing, and it's a game we should totally all be fine with losing. It's the Tampa Bay Lightning. Nobody would have chose us to win this one. Here we go. Did we just get a goal? Edmonton goal. Okay, sorry. That was a weird way to word it there, Robert, but we'll take it. And you're kidding me if it's Caleb Jones here. Alright. Get this going. I've got a text coming in. Oh yeah, that's the text. Here we go, the excitement level. And of course the second line is out there. Watch this one come up. Nuge. Ooh! Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you do it. Second chance, and that's what made us successful against Chicago. That's what made us very, very successful against Chicago, is the second chance opportunities, right? And it's not necessarily always fighting for the puck. It's just getting to the puck. And you watch on this Caleb Jones chance. Watch this. Puck into the zone. Nugent Hopkins there, back, track, and watch Jones there. He gets to the puck as quickly as possible and shoots it again. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what you want to see. All right, that's the thing. I mean, anyone that's watched me enough times on the live streams knows how tough of a sell, or how hard it is for me to sell a 0-0 game, or a game that we're down a goal and don't have a goal, because right, you just don't have that groove yet. Now, all right, I got my mojo. Let's get this going. Let's get going, right? That's end of the day. Now the Oilers have done something. Now I can get into it and get going. It takes me a goal. It takes me a goal, friends. That's all it does. So let's get this going. 10:14 to go. And like we said, just keep it close. Anything can happen. And at the end of the day, that's why I wasn't concerned. And it should be Jones's third, correct? It should be Jones's third. He has the two that were in the back-to-back games, if I'm not mistaken. And then this one would be number 3. Look at Jim Playfair right in there. Right in there. Just discussing it right immediately with him. And a fantastic all-around end-to-end play where it finished off. And, of course, Nugent Hopkins gets a point. There you go. That's all that matters to me, ladies and gentlemen. Nugent Hopkins getting a point, keeping that point streak going, or whatever he has going. And we should be good to go. Excuse that. That was rough. Had a Sprite on the way home. 9:54 to go. Here we go. A little bit of crowd noise going all of a sudden at the Tampa Arena. That's good to hear. This one bouncing through, and now the Oilers just need to, basically what the Oilers need to do is put the boots to the Lightning for about the next 5 minutes, try and get 2 or 3 more, and then we will be dandy and good. This one, right? This, you get first blood, we're good. 22 and 16. Well, you gotta get that up to 25. How about that? Nuge can get to 25. Have a 4-point night like Nugent Hopkins or Dry Settle. Yeah, Dry. Keep it straight, Tyson. Keep it straight. 9:11 to go in this period. We just got to get it out of the zone here, and then we'll be dandy. Ethan Bear. I actually think, other than one pass, Ethan Bear's been pretty invisible tonight, and for us as Oilers fans, we're going to take that. So it's Jones the third from Hopkins and Draisaitl. Ooh, Yamamoto Hopkins striking again, and look at this go. Oilers in on the attack. You'll love to see. You know the Oilers are feeling it a little bit when Adam Larsson starts pinching. That's what you need to know. When Adam Larsson starts pinching, you like to see that the Oilers are buzzing a bit. Draisaitl is at 90 points. Guys, the over-under on him getting 100 points is going to get closer and closer. And look at this. Bang. Down the ice. Let's go. Andrew's got the power play going. Left bomb's going to go, and this one's going to go across. And yeah, that one hits a man in the skate. Is that Paquette again? So, what number is Paquette? I don't know who number 22 is for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but we're going to get this going. So you think about this without... Oh, that's Shattenkirk. Oh, man. That is just an unlucky bounce right there. Going for the line change and gets it caught under his skate. That is rough at best. Oh, that one. We'll hacks it up. It'll be good. We'll take it good because you know what? A power play. You know what? Our first one was terrible. Lessons learned from last game. We'll be good. We'll be golden. As see what this Oilers team can do here on this power play. First off, a commercial. I am not a fan. Not a fan of them throwing us to commercial all the time right before a power play. Let me tell you that much. We're up to 14 likes on the stream, guys. There's 25 of you in the stream right now. Do me a favor. Do me a solid. And like up the stream a little bit more. Let's try and hit 20 here before this power play is over. We'll be good. And if we let in a shorthanded goal again, Magnus, we already had a crap power play. We'll be good. And I should have went for water. That should have been my number one thing, but we'll be good. Here we go. Win $1 million in profit share rewards. Ooh, profit share. That'd be nice. I wish a bank gave me profit share. And yeah, you know what? Honestly, the whole Draisaitl's nothing without McDavid thing. He hasn't played on a line with McDavid other than the power play since what, December 31st? He did not play on a line with McDavid to start a hockey game for an entire month. That's, I know in Oilers land, that's pretty unheard of in the past while, but let me tell you, that's something to it, right? And Caleb Jones chewing on a point while Draisaitl's chewing on another point too. And look at this, just a beautiful feed play to Nugent Hopkins off the board, and wow, what a play by Draisaitl to get back on side. Look at that. Jones getting it going. So 2 close goals. Realistically, both goals that I think 2 years ago every coach would have reviewed. And now you've got a simple fact that it's 1-1 game instead of it. So Nashville and New York is 2-0. Okay. And then you've got Minnesota up 1-0 on the New York Rangers. That's not good news, but we're on the power play till just before the 6-minute mark. And what do we got going on here? Ooh. 5,000th road goals. Most road goals out of the Oilers since the start of 79-80. And wow, the Oilers hold the NHL record. That is pretty nuts. We used to score a lot of goals back in the day, though. And sometimes we score a lot of goals this year, too. So that's nice to see. Let's get this up to the point, and let's just reset this power play a little bit, shall we? 19-14 the shots. Shot on net. Chason just can't tuck it. Chason's been having a hard time tucking that play. Was very successful at it earlier there for a stretch, and of course secondarily to that earlier last year. But again, good keep, good work. That one puck bouncing over top of the net. That should have almost went in, but good work getting it going. And you kidding me there, Robert? You kidding me? That's about fitting. It's about fitting. We actually get a chance and we cough it up. Here we go. Off bomb going. Gagne going. Dry up the ice. Ooh. Ooh. But again, hold on. Hold on. Rewind that back. Rewind this back because you asked me why Clefbaum. Lee, what's going on? Life is busy in Alberta, absolutely. Thank you, Lee, for the $5. That's the first one on the board tonight, as we're confiscating. But what is Clefbaum doing? What is Clefbaum doing? Clefbaum is standing right at the blue line, head turning 5 different ways. Just watch this. He's not moving his feet. Andrew, I know you're complaining about Draisaitl not moving his feet, but Clefbaum's literally just standing there. Literally just standing there. And the man gets past him, right? So realistically, I know we roll 4 forwards and a defenseman on the power play, but at some point you got to have some defense played too. You're not just going to play offense the entire time on the power play. It doesn't work that way in the NHL, or no shorthanded goal would ever be scored. Again, yes, Draisaitl lazy, but I'm sorry, lazy all around. Here we go, chance to go. And puck bounced, and now we just need to get back on the attack. This one's going to be batted around. There we go. And what do we got? Offside play here. 12 seconds on the power play. Oh, man. Again, you can say it's a bad turnover, but look at that. That's 2 men. And I don't think that was a back pass. I'm pretty sure Draisaitl passed that forward. Just 2 men pushed that forward. And if it's a bad pass backwards, well, why is Clefbaum standing at the blue line and not back there to receive that pass? Right? Let's ask some more questions other than just come down on the only guy we've got that's leading the league in the points right now, right? At the end of the day, nobody complains about McDavid making bad plays. Nobody ever complains about that. Right? McDavid doesn't have to play defense. McDavid should never play defense. Don't worry about McDavid's defense. But everybody's worried about Draisaitl's defense. I'm sorry. At the end of the day, let's cut the double standard crap. And let's call it as we see it, right? And as I see it, Clefbaum has to have some defensive responsibilities as the only defenseman on the power play. At the end of the day, that's all it comes down to. That's my only complaint. I'm happy, I'm satisfied if not. It's not that Clefbaum's trash, it's just you have to realize that you're the defenseman back there and play it, right? It's the same thing with Nurse realizing that he's not a forward. It's all around, things come in time, I'm sure, but we've been good. And, yeah, you know what? Cult of Hockey might harp on Oilers D, but everybody else in Oilers land is convinced that McDavid doesn't have to play D. Literally, everybody... Anytime I mention it, everybody harps on me for saying that McDavid shouldn't have to play D. So, cut the crap. We're good. That's all it comes down to. All it comes down to. And then I know you've got the Bear Clefbaum debate on the power play, but again, at the end of the day, you look at how it looks. I don't know. I don't know. Right hand shot defenseman, technically speaking, would make more sense, right? Because you've got Nugent Hopkins or McDavid sitting pretty at the top, but it just is what it is. I don't know. Guys, I know you're sitting here saying, yes, McDavid has to play defense. You asked the guys 2 weeks ago that were saying that McDavid's defense should never be a focus. I don't know. Don't know what to tell you. And now, look at this. Look at this. We're just all freaking out about a game that we're all comfortable with losing at the end of the day. And Connor does not backcheck. Connor stays with his man. That's my problem. Connor does not backcheck. He stays with his man, and then his man takes off. Connor doesn't use the same speed he uses on offense as on defense. If he did, I'd have no problems. I wouldn't gripe. Problem is, he stays with his man, not in front of his man. And to play defense in the NHL, you got to stay in front of your man. That's what it comes down to. End of the day. Well, but the thing is, Jim Rat, Clef doesn't have to be creative on the power play. He just has to take shots, and he just has to pass the puck. We've got Draisaitl, McDavid, and Nugent Hopkins. They're creative enough. And you see when the Oilers get too fancy with creating on the power play, they end up pretty much turning over pucks or just not taking shots at the end of the day. So keep it simple. I'm a big fan of keep it simple. Here we go. Gordon? No, nothing there. Ned? 2-1? Yeah, it's 2-1. One goal. At the end of the day, guys, again, we've been down a goal. Here we go. Patrick Russell getting going. Not much happening there. And you got to see this. Nothing going here. And Centerman's number one priority is defense. Truthfully, yes. That's why Sidney Crosby is still the number one player in the league. That's typically. I would argue every time 10 out of 10, Sidney Crosby is still the best player in the league because of how defensive he is. That's it. All it comes down to. Whew. Man, alright. Alright. Make a wish, kid. It's good news. Steven Stamkos at morning practice. Here we go. Let's get going. Matt Benning back out there. That's good news. That's a good news to see is Matt Benning is back on the ice. Here we go. Nothing happening there. And you got it back to the point and oof, big one. Big one. Big one to miss that one. .417 to go in this second period. We've seen 3 goals, so that's the excitement. We've seen 3 goals, and what is that? A little bit of stick chop. 97 and 29 are the best offense players. That's the thing. Offense is a weird stat, right? Is because offense you judge by goal scoring, which is where I'd put Ovechkin right next to McDavid. But at the end of the day, what do you do? All right, guys, let's. We're not even going there. Not even going there. You're gonna start that, go somewhere else. We're not going there. We won't get much for JD. He's great when he wants to be, but very streaky. Yeah. You know what? He's a depth forward. Loyalty at the end of the day, that's what a depth forward is. Right? Think about Sheehan and Archibald. They were doing nothing offensively for a while, and then all of a sudden now they've started getting the streak going, right? That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And here we go. Let's get going. Mr. Kazian going back. Ooh, here we go. This is a good shift. It's a good shift. No, good shift. Kazian just can't get it going. Not much Kazian can do there. He comes in hot, he boards the man and takes a 5-minute major. He plays the stick, probably trips him, so I'm fine with that. That's good. That's good. Glove saved by Mike Smith. Can't get out and play it. We're good. And Greg, yeah, sure. You know what? Draisaitl and Connor aren't defensemen, but yeah. At the end of the day, Sidney Crosby's defense is probably better than his offense, to be quite honest, at this point of his career. And that's the part I'm griping about, right? Is you want to be the best overall player, you still have to play defense. You can't just play offense, as highlighted by many players in their NHL career who didn't pan out as great as they could be because they could only play offense, right? Think about it that way. Here we go. Left bomb getting going up the ice. That one's going to be chipped into the neutral. 3:01 to go in the second period. And that's exactly, you know what? Like Gallagher I'd take all day. Tatar, probably a little bit too expensive. I know Gallagher's probably just as expensive, but I'd take Gallagher over Tatar when it comes to expense. 100%. Here we go. Chase on. Going. Cat's just loving the scratches today. Here we go. There we go. Is that, like, what are you doing? 2:20 to go in this second period. And guys, I think what I gotta do is just go eat supper. At the end of the day, that's what I gotta do. I am starving. You know, I normally talk about what I had for supper when I get on stream at 7 o'clock, so I'm starving. I'm a little combative today. Let's just hope we can tie it up here in this second period, go to intermission. I can watch the last of the third period, then we can call it good. That's where we'll cut it. That's going to be the plan because I'm running on empty here. Absolute empty. It's been a hard game or hard day. What I have for lunch? I had some rice and some beef, and it was good. Nashville 3-0 on New York. Minnesota 2-0 or 2-1 on the Rangers. I know. Skip the dishes is not available out in the country where I am. Let me tell you. I could wish. I probably would not have money if Skip the Dishes was available here. And now the rest of the team, that's the thing. Everybody craps on the depth guys. The depth guys are why you love hockey. They have the best stories. They have the best everything. That's the thing. Like the depth guys have the absolute best of hockey. That they display the best of hockey. And UV with probably the comment of the night. This is exactly where we were supposed to be sitting, but now we got it going. Alright, 1:36 to go. Down a goal going in the third period. We're good. We're good. Big save by Mike Smith. There we go. Into the corner and up on out of play. Got a minute 26. I'd imagine we see for the final 45 seconds the top line, if not the top line right now. Get it going. Look at this. Nice little rush in and good shot. Good shot, but Mike Smith stands tall, stays out of the crease, and gets the save. We're good. Yeah, we've got a lot of good players, and I wouldn't even put Arch as one of the good players. Like honestly, yeah, you know what? The defense doesn't shine, but you've got right a goal out of the defense tonight. Guys, that's something we need. Like you want to know why the Oilers struggled last year? We couldn't get defensive scoring. You want to know why the Oilers struggle at times this year? We can't get defensive scoring, right? That's always been our problem. Is past few years defensive scoring has not been good. And now the Pacific is best off with all the teams fighting for first place. That's the key. Canucks can't have first place. Oilers couldn't have first place either, so why do I want the Canucks to have it? Actually, guys, surprisingly, the Canucks are a very good team this year. We don't get to watch them enough, I'd say. Like, I'd much rather watch the Canucks just for the sake of being able to razz a couple people at work than the Flames. I see the Flames on, I tune in for 5 seconds, see what the score is, I'm out. All it comes down to. Here we go. 45 seconds to go in this period. Oh. Oh my goodness. Guy needs a nap. 30 seconds to go, ladies and gentlemen. That's probably going to do it for me. I'm going to go eat some stew. I've got beef stew sitting on the sitting on the stove as the Tampa Bay Lightning getting a couple chances. Mike Smith doing the old desperation save. 13 seconds to go. We're good to get rocking, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am just starving. I'm going to head out, and we'll catch you post-game for the game review. Remember, subscribe, hit that like button, and I will catch you.